Right fellas, so a lot of you keep asking, Adam, where's the videos, where's the Cosworth, what's going on? So I'm going to be honest, around the beginning of last year I became a single lad, so I had a big double garage, I had a 3-door Cosworth, I had a red Escort Cosworth. I had to sell one of the cars, I put the white one up for sale, the 3-door. I wanted to keep the red Escort. Now someone messaged saying, would you sell the red Escort? Like I say, I was losing the double garage, so I had to sell a car. So I sold the red Escort, kept the 3-door. Now, the 3-door has been kept at my parents' house. So the car this year has been out maybe 4 times. And with us losing the garage, I haven't had anywhere to work on cars. So I've got plans in for a garage with the local council to get plan permission. They've been in 4 weeks. Apparently it takes up to 6 weeks. So that should be coming through any minute now. Now the plans with the 3-door, I'm in 2 minds. Well, the first thing, it does need a load of work doing. I'm going to show you what it needs doing. Once the work's done, I don't know whether to sell it and work like a flipping madman and buy a 991 GT3 or keep the 3-door. I also want to build a BMW E36 saloon. Must be a saloon, 4 doors, that's off the BTCC. But I want to build something I can drive, I can go away for, something with aircon, something that's comfortable, like an E36. So that's the thing, I don't know what to do, honestly, I'm in a bit of a pickle. But I am still alright, and like I say, there's plans in for double garage, and that should be coming soon. The work on the 3-door, let's show you what it needs to be even sellable and usable, because at the minute, to me, it's not a wreck, but it does need some work. Right, so the first thing is, you might notice the car's still running. The car always starts from cold. However, if I turn the car off, it won't restart. I think the starter motor's getting warm and it's not restarting. So you can't buy the Cosworth starter motors anymore, brand new. However, a lot of people put Ford Transit Connect starter motors on. Now, I've heard some people say they're bolt straight on. Some people say you need to modify them. So maybe when I get the garage built, what I'm going to do is I'll take the starter motor off, rebuild it, see if we can get it working again, because I would rather keep the original Cosworth starter motor. The plans for under the bonnet, I'm debating dropping the engine. I do have a bigger turbo to go on, so we could take this up to 500 brake horsepower. Now the engine in this car isn't the original one. This isn't a standard 3-door Cosworth engine. This has got the Sierra RS500 engine block, so it's a stronger block. If we start from the back, I'll show you what it needs. So the bumper's got a couple of scuffs on. To be honest, that doesn't bother us too much because this car gets used. The wheels, these are image split rims. They must be 15-year-old, and they've got a beat. This is 3 pieces, this wheel. You've got your centre part here, then it bolts to this outer lip, then there's the inner barrel. Now the leaking air, so every 2 to 3 weeks I need to blow, I think it's this one up, this one loses air, and the back passenger side loses air. The body kit's hanging off. I mean, these are all simple jobs to fix. It's just having the space where I can jack the car up and leave it. Inside the door, the central locking's a bit iffy, so I need to take the door cards off and have a look at that. The seat needs a bit of foam underneath. Now you can buy the foam, you can see it's a bit baggy. The cloth's alright, but if I put my hand underneath and push up, we can sort that out. Maybe I'll even take it to a local trimmers and get that fixed. Keep the steering wheel. I love these steering wheels. This is an aftermarket genuine Ford part. This is an RS3 spoke. They do RS4 spokes. The original steering wheel from the car is in my spare room. The dashboard is full of rattles, so we'll take that out as well when I get the garage done, and this car is going to get stripped before anything happens to it. Also, it needs a little cap for the rear spoiler. This is a Sierra RS500 rear spoiler and lower spoiler. This isn't a Sierra RS500, this is a Cosworth. Underneath, I had a fuel leak a while ago. Now this is one of the things I really want to do with the underside. I'm not sure how well you can hear us with that exhaust, but I had a fuel leak and it's washed the paint off. Now the paint what I've used on the underside isn't ideal, so I will be stripping the underside and redoing it. It won't be too bad of a job. I think it'll be a fairly easy job. So that's the plans. We'll strip the underside. I also need to do the rear arms on a Cosworth, have a special bush. Now, about 15 years ago when I've done this job, I put poly bushes in and one of them's gone. So there's a slight knock from the back, so we need to do the poly, we need to take them poly bushes out, put genuine Cosworth bushes in. They're like a metal spherical bearing bush. But it's not, I mean, I think I go and see a lot of nice cars, so this to me is a bit of a wreck at the minute. I mean, it looks pretty from distance and it gets attention everywhere you go. But that's the plans. I'm going to keep the wheels, I'm going to stick the body kit back on, tidy the outside a bit. There is loads of little bits of paint. I don't know whether to get it all painted. You see, if you make them too pretty, I'll be scared to use it. Whereas I don't like stuff like this. This is when I rebuilt it and the brake lines dropped brake fluid on and it's obviously melted the paint, then I've just touched it in. But to be honest, that doesn't bother us too much. I'm not bothered about it looking absolutely perfect. But like I say, the car hasn't been washed. It's been washed once this year, so it's just absolutely scruffy. See, like these look a bit tight. You see where they're a bit dirty around the outside. These are genuine Ford parts. Maybe I'll clean them up, maybe I'll get new ones. I don't know. It's just, how far do you go with these things, man? How far do you go? I need if anyone's got a heat shield, let us know. I do need a heat shield. This one was bodged up a while ago and it's just been kind of left because, I don't know, it works, but it's not ideal. Right, that's the plans. Would you go big power, fellas, or would you leave it as it is? Also, if anyone has a BMW E36 Saloon in red, white, grey or black, drop us a message. I'm interested. It doesn't have to be like it's 2.8 or anything. I plan to put a different engine in it, so ideally like, I don't know, 1.6 automatic, something that's cheap where I can just rip apart and do my thing with. One thing I won't be doing with this is putting it back to standard. I've got no intentions, even though they're worth more standard, I'm not putting standard wheels on, standard exhaust. I like them a little bit modified personally. Let's give it a little rev. Another thing the car needs is a rear parcel shelf. Now this is common for Cosworth, but you see where it's sagging. Now there is things you can do to kind of straighten it up. If you put a bit of wood underneath it, it'll bend it back into shape. But it's just such a big shelf, the kind of sag. This is actually an XR4Y shelf. You see where it's got the fold in the middle. There was a company years ago who used to make carbon fibre parcel shelves, which I would love, because then I would just flop it and it would never bend and it would look good, you know what I mean? But nice car, you can see it's just full of bits of stuff inside. But yeah, that's the plans for the car. That's it, thanks for watching. Hopefully soon I'll be building a 3-car garage, so stick around, subscribe and watch us build that.